Welcome back to another informative and exciting episode of podcast where we cover everything cannabis and hemp. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do so, as this will help us sustain our channel. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times.
Area is cool.
Welcome to another episode of podcast. I'm sitting here with a sex expert, guys. She infuses cannabis with sex.
What an opening!
Please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, my girl.
Yes, my name is Nkuli Phetha. I'm a yoga teacher and I offer sensual yoga as one of the practices I do. And 420 yoga as well. I'm a CEO, owner and founder of Freedom to Flow.
Which what is Freedom to Flow?
It's a mobile...
What sex? Freedom to plan.
You...
The reason
You're
I
calling
say
it.
this is because of the poses she does, guys. They are,
She's calling it into existence. It's fine. It's coming.
they
It's
are
coming.
beyond extreme. Like, whoa. I can
Yes.
just imagine how many people blow you up, okay? How many men blow you up from the poses that you do. Obviously, it's yoga.
It's yoga.
Yeah,
It's yoga.
but it's very extreme, though.
But the ones you're talking about are more on the personal page. So I have much control over the audience. That's in that one.
Okay.
Yes. And then on the Freedom to Flow, it's very yoga, holistic wellness, you know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go on.
Huskies.
Hidden
Silent.
request. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
From a private session.
But okay, explain exactly what is it that you do. Explain in detail for me exactly what is it that this working sensual
Yoga.
sensual yoga. I
Yes.
call it sexual yoga, but you call it sensual yoga.
Sensual yoga. So
Okay.
what the sensuality is your relationship with intimacy, and intimacy is not always sexual. You know how you feel with your body, the relationship you have with your body.
Yeah.
To allow yourself to be soft. You know,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
in this day and age. For us as women, as black women, it's kind of like a protest against ubumbogoto, being hard at rock.
Yes.
When you're sensual, you are soft, you are
Yes.
feminine,
Yes.
you are intimate with yourself. That's
Yes.
what it is. More relationship and acceptance of self.
Is that what you're doing?
Hey, this phone.
Hello? She's in an interview at the moment. Go move phone in 5 minutes, ne?
15.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
So but then how did cannabis now come into play with this thing now?
Well, you know, cannabis gets you more in touch with yourself.
Yes.
Right? You have that
Yes,
thing where you are
yes.
in the zone, but now if you're able to channel it, this is why I infuse the yoga with cannabis.
Yeah.
Because now you are channeling the grounded energy that you get from being from smoking weed or digesting weed. So definitely we all know, most of us know how cannabis also increases
The libido.
the libido.
It does.
You know, so does yoga. So does yoga. So now just channeling it more into what type of energy you're trying to harness is what I
So
do.
for those that are watching, obviously I know what you do, but for those that are watching, how do you help these women to channel the cannabis, right, element with the sensual yoga thing? Like, what does it do? What's the purpose for it? Let's say.
Okay, so it's optional for the woman to have the cannabis,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
They can decide not to have it. There's different ways of invoking different types of moods or energies. You can also use smell. Scent is also something I use in these sessions. So how the cannabis would come into it, of infusing the two, is how you are able to really tune in. Right, so I want you, the whole point of yoga is having the relationship with your body, being able to tune in, and that's something that goes hand in hand with cannabis. You're able to, so if you want to deepen out into that state of relaxation, of being with yourself, then the cannabis definitely helps with that.
Oh, okay. So I have a question for you. And I know a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy, but it's cool. I've been having this urge of late. I'm a single woman, of course, but should I be in a relationship, I would want the guy that I am going to be in a relationship with when we partake in this beautiful, very powerful ritual, by the way. Sex is the most powerful ritual there is out there.
It is.
Very powerful. That's why they say be careful who you having sex with. But in any case, I want us to be in tune, to basically just harness our energies and focus on what it is that the both of us want us to, I don't know, create in our lives through pleasure, obviously. Is that something that you also teach people in terms of, you are basically just before Lira, the grown-ups act and stuff like that, you pray and you manifest what it is that you guys are going to, and then you partake in the sexual activity. So you do that. So I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy.
Okay.
It's definitely a service that's coming. Couples yoga.
Okay.
That's what it is, where you are learning to be intimate with your partner.
Yes.
As much as the sensual yoga is for yourself, you first need to understand yourself. What is your love language? What is your touch language? How would you know it if you've never had the relationship with yourself?
Yes.
And how are you going to manifest this partner with what qualities when you haven't seen what aligns with who you are, right? So once you've gone through that self journey, then now finding somebody, a partner that you have alignment with is easier. Now the couples yoga would be tuning in, aligning your guy's energy in that.
But how does a woman then tell a guy, let's go to couples yoga so that we can be in tune? So we can manifest?
You can actually be like, it's just going to be better for our bedroom life, because it definitely will do that. It will.
No,
because now because of the intimacy that's built now. Now it's now it's no longer an act, it's a relationship, because it's two people.
Let's ultimate this hunger. It's not about that.
Yes. And just being able to receive and respond from each other, right? Because it's a two-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. It's a two-way thing. So how are you receptive? Are you able to receive? See your partner's body language. What does it say? And respond to that. So many people just have the act. It's two people, just going at it nje. Yes. So there is also a broader practice called Tantra yoga, where it really focuses more on that.
Called, sorry?
Tantra yoga.
Tantra. Hey, Tantra yoga.
Tantra yoga.
And that one is what?
So the whole point of it is that you use even the sexual energy to connect on a spiritual level.
That's where I'm at right now.
That's what it is. That's the Tantra. But it is it's a scarce practice. Hard to find it here in the country. It's mostly more accessible overseas. So it's definitely something I plan on acquiring a certification in that, so that people know more about this.
So does this mean you're going to be watching people as they are partaking in the act?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay.
No. But releasing certain stored energies, because you also store energy within your pelvic area. Trauma is also stored there. So this is how you're going to help to release that through this practice.
But why should it be overseas? Like, I think we as African people, and when I say African, I mean all races, I believe that we also have that strong connection spiritually. So why should we be going overseas when we can just basically just focus on that energy and enhance it in the manner that... Because I think what you're saying is basically what I'm looking for.
To go into.
With a partner that the creator and the ancestors are going to bless me with, or not. But
no, I definitely would love it to be something that's offered here. There is a lady very famous on TikTok, and she likes to explore into African spirituality, African history. So these are ancient practices that we had, where sexual acts were very sacred and were not taboo. It was only in Western culture, when it got introduced, that they brought shame. Right? So even in the book, The Power of Now, it says you cannot reach enlightenment while excluding the body. You cannot exclude the body. You have to do it through the body, have a relationship. And in many, some of the, I'll say in religious things, it's taught, even just in society, that you should have a disconnect with your body. Don't be connected with your body, you know, and then you are in turmoil for things that you naturally have. You know, desires that you have, you know, feelings that you have. These are natural, they're meant to be there.
Yeah.
So now when you're trying to fight that and suppress that, it's not a good thing. You're in conflict with yourself.
Yeah.
So now when you go into these practices, it's coming into harmony with that and learning how to channel it properly. You know, even a sexual energy is something you can channel and use in different ways.
I know, my darling. Bablale.
Sexuality also goes with creativity, because
Yeah.
it literally is that, the act of creating.
Yeah.
So creativity, sex exists in everything, as long as it's creation.
And you can create your life through sex.
Okay.
Doing it the proper way.
Doing it the proper way, you can
Not
manifest.
just for hunger. For kutima your hunger. What do they call it again?
Okhala.
I don't know okhala. What's okhala?
Isn't
Last.
it this?
It's
Yeah,
not
last.
Yeah,
last.
To last for something, you know. I mean, if sex is the most powerful ritual there is on earth, and I
It
keep telling
is.
people that they don't listen.
It is, and it also goes back to what you're also putting in your body. That's one thing we don't speak about a lot, hey? With your partner too. So going back to that alignment with your partner,
Yeah.
is he also treating his temple, his body good?
Yeah.
Because if he's not, you are the receiver. What do
Yeah.
you think is going to happen to you? Huh?
Exactly.
And it happens. It's alalwena. You
Yeah.
know, there's so many women that experience these things where now you have an infection, you have something going on, and you think it's you. But if you and your partner are not equally taking care of your bodies,
Yeah.
you know, then obviously when you're exchanging fluids,
Yeah, it's also a problem. But then also a lot of, well, let me not speak for women. I don't poison my body. Like I don't use your, what if it's like your birth controls and stuff like that.
Yes.
My grandmother gave me one of the most natural remedies there is to prevent that. But if I say it, people are gonna think I'm literally now crazy, so I won't mention that.
I'd like to know it. I'm very curious. I'd love
No,
to
trust
know.
me, it's the best thing ever on earth, and it's very clean. But in any case, do you use Western medication?
No, I've come into a relationship with my natural cycle. There's
Okay.
that too, you know, where you need to understand as women we go through cycles, much like the moon.
Yeah.
You know, everything's going on, knowing how to be in sync and knowing what to expect with yourself, with your body. Sometimes we beat ourselves up. Maybe you feel tired for a week, you know, and you're thinking this is ridiculous, but it's your body naturally going through something. This is what happens, or you have cravings, you're hungry, and it's not just exclusive to when you are menstruating. The cycle is all the time.
All the time, yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Understanding it will really help, knowing what foods you're gonna eat during different times of your cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't. I tried it and it was horrible. I hated it so much. I was like, never again. I'm not doing this.
The preventions.
Yes.
Yeah, they're bad, bro.
They're bad.
Yeah, like I said, I've got an ancient remedy
Yeah.
that was being practiced back in the days, and
Yeah, and obviously
I'm doing it now and it's working.
And it's important that we understand the sacredness of releasing. You're releasing. So now if you stop that, you're stopping a release. You're storing a lot of things that need to be.
But let's also mention, we are not saying that those that are doing it, they are wrong. Just
No,
saying
we're not
for
saying
us,
you're wrong.
For
It's
us.
just an awareness to know
Yeah.
what goes on in the body
Yeah.
that would explain certain things that you experience
Yeah.
when you are on contraceptives.
Yeah.
It's never a shame thing. Just be mindful what it does to your body,
Yeah.
and just knowing, okay, this is what it does. How am I going to help my body with this?
Exactly. And again, we are not shaming
No, we're not.
those that actually use it. We
No.
just choose not to partake in that because we are, I don't know, herbalists, if you want to call us. Because
If you
we are
will.
the biggest advocates for the plant.
For the plant medicine.
For the plant, you know
For
what I'm saying?
plant
Because it is a
medicine.
very strong medicine. So you are very big. And I know you also do hikes. That
Yeah,
also
ganja
involve-
hikes.
Ganja
Yes.
hikes. This woman, I'm telling you.
Your ganja hikes.
Ganja
So,
hikes, yeah. Explain those.
those were a concept. I have a partner I work with
Yeah.
this. We are very aligned in terms of being advocates of holistic wellness.
Yes.
You know, so even these practices would count as holistic wellness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha ona di phone hela yana mosadi
In
kwena.
my
Banna ba modimo.
bag. Sorry.
I've
I've got these phones. Hopefully the third one doesn't ring too.
You got 3 phones.
They're not mine. I'm keeping. It's the fanny pack. It's this.
That's what she says. But anyways, yeah. Explain the ganja hikes. Yes.
Ganja hike. So the whole concept of it is having a mindful hike, being able. You know how when you have weed in your system, everything is enhanced. You're able to better appreciate the atmosphere. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are within.
You are
in touch.
within. So now, if you're putting that with the element of nature, hiking and being mindful. So the whole point of the hike is not to finish as fast as you can. Instead, we take breaks. We incorporate breathing exercises. We have silent times where you're just being silent and just taking in the environment, because that's also healing.
Yeah.
Being in the sun, being in nature is healing. And even adding like journaling into it. You know, it's very much a self-care practice.
Is that the other phone?
It is. The one you confiscated. I should put.
But yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So it is very much that, and just having a very wellness day, if you will.
And what else do you do? Do you not do, because you know we're speaking very sensual. This is like very 18 age restricted here.
Yeah.
So do you do pole dancing and stuff like that?
No, I do those as a hobby though.
As a hobby.
As a hobby. There are classes I go to. They are called Dancing in Heels.
Okay.
Love it. Learning to like dance sexy way and wearing heels. And it's a woman only class.
Okay.
Yeah, and you come dressed sexy. It's a very nice, I don't want to lie, being in that. Also, it speaks to being in a safe environment.
Yeah.
You're creating safe spaces for women.
Yeah.
You know, that's very important. For me, even behind the sensuality, it's creating a safe space to explore these things. Because most of the time, you don't feel safe enough to do that.
Yeah.
To explore into that. So it is that, being in spaces and creating spaces for us to freely flow.
Monaka must be a very happy man. Yes. And I'm sure a lot of guys are thinking that right now. Right? Only. Monaka is always smiling.
It's an alignment thing. It's been It speaks again to this practice where you're able to align and say, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Because I definitely took that time where I was just in a relationship with me. And doing that, manifest what kind of relationship you want to have, the person you want to bring in, how you treat yourself, sends a message to the universe that, okay, these are the requirements I want, and I'm able to upstand those standards for myself. So then it's easy to find somebody who aligns to that.
Okay.
Not easy, but yeah, it's.
I think it is easy. If you're aligned,
then you'll align.
So now tell us, when can people come through for your classes, whether the sensual ones, cannabis infused, or the Dacha hikes?
The Dacha hikes. So Dacha hikes, I release dates. We have different dates. And then with my classes, those are 420 friendly, vele.
Okay.
You know, there's times when they are themed, like in an event where it's a cannabis event, then I can definitely theme it and say this is a cannabis flow.
Yeah.
But generally, whatever public class I have, if you want to spark it up, it is a safe space to do so.
Okay.
Then I have classes every Sunday at the White House.
At the White House. Okay, there's so many White Houses.
Meadowlands, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm mobile. I have different
What time?
events. It's from 9:30 to 11. We might adjust this time because I won't like she's so much.
9:30 to 11 on Sundays.
On Sundays.
Meadowlands. Meadowlands.
Yes.
And I'm very sober right now. Meadowlands. Go Meadowlands.
Yes.
White House. Okay. And then those are the sensual classes.
No, those are the normal classes.
The normal classes.
Yes.
Okay.
The sensual classes are themed so that dates get released.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
We'll share them. We'll share.
We'll definitely share. And these are gonna be with a sexpert, intimacy coach.
So if you want to infuse sex with cannabis, this is the game. You'll thank me later. This is the game.
Yes.
But then you
yes.
must share this information with us so that we can put it on our website or then put it on our social so that people can be able to know. And they are quite cost effective, right? They are not very expensive.
No. So that's one of my missions is to affordability, accessibility, and adaptability. Those are the three things I always go by.
Yeah.
You know, that it needs to be affordable because it's a healing practice
Exactly.
that we don't have access to, which is ridiculous. So that's definitely one of the main missions is affordability, and then access in terms of being mobile, coming to where you are. You know, so really, if you want me to come through, hit me up and I'll come to you.
You thank me later. I know this is the most interesting episode I've ever had.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people are going to be very, very, very excited about this episode.
Yeah.
And then I'll share that little secret that my grandmother shared.
Please do.
You know, in terms of preventing and not...
Please do. We might share it in the sensual yoga class. Is it a holistic approach?
It's very holistic. It's the most cleanest thing ever. You don't even poison your body.
We want that. That's what we want. We want to know these remedies and let people know. For those that want that.
Well, I've shared it with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then they looked at me sideways and said I was crazy. That's why I know with you, I know it's going to be received differently.
Yeah, with the right people.
Yeah.
You know, with the right people.
All right, my darling. Thank you for coming on to our show.
Thank you for having me.
I want to come to one of your classes and just showcase the people exactly what we're
Please do. We're going to flow later today. You're going to be within. Done. Sister dealing.
On that note, please do remember to cannabis responsibly at all times. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share buttons below. We would also appreciate your comments. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times.